The 1985 Toyota SR5 caught Marty McFly's eye for good reason. The truck was actually a one-year-only configuration. Toyota accidentally created a collectible by offering both fuel injection and a solid front axle together, a combination that vanished in 1986. The Back to the Future trilogy immortalized this pickup, but hardly anyone knows the dozens of weird secrets hiding in plain sight. But why did the film crew use multiple trucks with different license plates? How did a supposed lifted truck actually sit at stock height? And what made Toyota wait 30 years to build an official replica? These are 20 weird facts about Marty McFly's dream truck that will blow your mind. Number 20. The one-year wonder. Here's something that drives Toyota collectors crazy. The 1985 SR5 4R4 was the only year you could get both electronic fuel injection and a solid front axle. In 1984, these trucks still had carburetors. By 1986, Toyota switched to independent front suspension. The film's prop department lucked into choosing the exact year that became most desirable to off-road enthusiasts. They had no idea they were showcasing what would become the holy grail of Toyota pickups. Dealers today charge premium prices for this specific combination. One restored example recently sold for $47,000, more than a new Tacoma costs. The timing was pure accident. The prop master just needed a black truck that looked cool. Instead, they picked the one model year that Toyota fans would obsess over for the next 4 decades. Number 19, the fake lift kit. Everyone thinks Marty's truck sat high on a lift kit. Wrong. The truck rolled at completely stock height with standard suspension. The illusion came from oversized 31-inch tires on stock 15-inch wheels. Normal SR5s came with 28-inch tires. Those extra 3 inches created the lifted look without any suspension modifications. The film crew specifically avoided lifting the truck because it would make getting in and out harder for the actors. Michael J. Fox stands 5'4". A lifted truck would have required a step or running board that would look awkward on camera. The oversized tires gave the aggressive stance they wanted while keeping the floor height manageable. Off-road shops still get customers asking for the Back to the Future lift kit. They have to explain there never was one. Number 18. The license plate mystery. Sharp-eyed fans notice something strange. The truck's license plate changes between films. In Part 1, it reads 2EACP9116. By Part 2, it switched to 2BAK86U. Nobody from production ever explained why. The switch wasn't a continuity error, they deliberately changed plates. Some theorize it relates to alternate timelines, but that doesn't match the film's logic. Others think the original plate got stolen by fans during filming. The real reason might be simpler. California requires annual registration renewal. The film's shot across multiple years. Rather than renew the fake registration, they might have just made new plates. But here's the weird part. Promotional photos show a third plate number that never appears in any film. Universal's archives contain no documentation explaining the changes. Number 17. The vanishing front plate. California law requires front and rear license plates. Marty's truck mysteriously gains and loses its front plate throughout the trilogy. In some shots, you can clearly see a front plate mounted. Other scenes show a completely bare front bumper. This wasn't poor continuity, it was intentional. The front plate blocked the KC spotlights mounted on the bumper. Cinematographers removed it for shots emphasizing the truck's aggressive front end. They figured nobody would notice the inconsistency. But freeze frame technology revealed the truth. Fan forums spent years documenting which scenes show the plate and which don't. The pattern makes no sense. Even within single sequences, the plate appears and disappears. One theory suggests multiple trucks with different configurations, but production records show they carefully matched all vehicles. The mystery remains unsolved. Number 16. The Statler Connection. The truck supposedly came from Statler Toyota, according to a dealer frame visible in certain shots. This wasn't random. It directly connects to the 1955 scenes where Marty's ancestors dealt with Statler Studebaker. The same fictional dealer family sold cars in Hill Valley across multiple decades. Production designers planted this detail for observant viewers. But here's where it gets weird. No Statler Toyota ever existed in California. The prop department created fake dealer badges and license plate frames. They even made matching paperwork visible on the dashboard in one scene. Some fans tried finding the real Statler Toyota. They called information, checked phone books, even drove around looking for the dealership. Universal's legal department eventually had to issue a statement confirming the dealer was fictional. The detail was so convincing that Toyota Corporate received calls asking about their Statler franchise. Number 15. The double roll bar dilemma. Watch carefully and you'll spot a major inconsistency. Some scenes show a single hoop roll bar behind the cab, others clearly display a double hoop design extending over the truck bed. This wasn't a mistake, they used two different trucks. The single hoop truck was the hero vehicle for close-ups and dialogue scenes. The double hoop truck handled stunt work and action sequences. The double bar provided better protection for stunt drivers, but matching the trucks created nightmares in editing. Several scenes show the bar switching designs between camera angles. The crew tried to hide it by avoiding rear three-quarter shots. When fans discovered the inconsistency, rumors spread about timeline changes affecting the truck. The boring truth, two trucks, poor continuity checking. The Blu-ray release made the switches even more obvious in high definition. Number 14, the paint code secret. That perfect black wasn't custom mixed. It was Toyota's factory code 202. But achieving the screen look required extensive modification. The prop department stripped every piece of chrome trim. They painted the bumpers, grille, and mirrors matte black. Stock SR5s came loaded with shiny trim pieces. The film truck looked almost military in its murdered-out appearance. Replicating this look became a cottage industry. Body shops created McFly packages that de-chromed trucks and applied similar treatment, but most got the details wrong. The film truck retained certain chrome elements, door handles and windshield trim stayed stock. The selective approach created visual interest without going full blackout. Toyota's 2015 Tribute Tacoma copied the look but used modern paint codes. Fans immediately spotted the difference. Original code 202 had a specific metallic flake that modern paints couldn't match. Number 13. The KC Spotlight configuration. Those KC Hilly TS weren't randomly placed. The prop department followed specific off-road racing layouts from 1985, 2 spots mounted on the front bumper, 2 on the roll bar. But watch closely. The lights change position between shots. Sometimes they're perfectly centered, other times offset to the driver's side. This happened because the stunt truck and hero truck had different mounting points. The stunt coordinator needed lights positioned for maximum visibility during night shoots. The hero truck prioritized aesthetics over function. KC still sells Marty McFly light packages, but they can't agree on the exact configuration. Their archives show 3 different layouts, all claiming to be screen accurate. The company even built a replica truck for trade shows. They had to guess at the correct placement. Internal emails revealed lengthy debates about spotlight angles. Marketing finally decided to offer all 3 configurations and let customers choose. Number 12. The manual transmission detail. Every shot showing the interior reveals the 5-speed manual shifter. But here's the weird part. Automatic SR5s were far more common in 1985. The prop department specifically hunted for manual transmission trucks. They needed the stick shift for one crucial reason: drama. Shifting gears created action and movement during driving scenes. An automatic would just sit there, boring and static. Michael J. Fox had to learn to drive stick for the role. He'd never operated a manual transmission before filming. The clutch pedal caused major problems. Fox kept stalling during early takes. The second unit director suggested switching to automatic. Zemeckis refused. He wanted the physical interaction with the shifter. They spent 2 days teaching Fox proper clutch control. The effort paid off. His shifting looks natural on screen. Though, if you know what to look for, you can spot him riding the clutch in several scenes. Number 11. The bedliner controversy. Freeze frame the truck bed and you'll notice something odd. Some shots show a spray-in bedliner, others reveal bare metal. This drove continuity supervisors crazy. The hero truck had a Line-X spray liner for appearance. The stunt truck used a drop-in plastic liner for protection. Nobody expected audiences to examine the truck bed frame by frame, but Laserdisc, then DVD, then Blu-ray kept revealing more details. Fans created spreadsheets tracking which scenes showed which liner. The inconsistency spawned theories about multiple timelines affecting minor details. Universal's prop archive solved the mystery in 2015. They found purchase orders for 3 different bedliner installations. Each truck received different treatment based on its intended use. The third truck, rarely seen on screen, had no liner at all. It served as a parts donor when the others needed repairs. Number 10. The tire pressure trick. Those 31-inch Goodyear Wranglers weren't properly inflated for normal driving. The prop department ran them at just 18 psi, about half the recommended pressure. This created a specific look. Low pressure made the sidewalls bulge, giving an aggressive off-road appearance. It also improved ride quality for actors during dialogue scenes. But it created handling nightmares for stunt drivers. The truck wallowed through corners like a boat. Stunt coordinator Gary Davis had to modify driving techniques. Quick direction changes became nearly impossible. They pumped up the tires for action sequences, then deflated for close-ups. One scene required 14 pressure changes. The constant cycling destroyed tire beads. They went through 2 complete sets of Wranglers during Part 1 alone. Goodyear offered to sponsor free replacements. Universal's legal department declined, fearing product placement complications. Number 9. The missing Toyota badges. Count the Toyota emblems on Marty's truck. You'll find exactly 0. The prop department removed every badge, emblem, and Toyota identifier. This wasn't about avoiding product placement. Toyota had already approved the truck's use. The debadging served a different purpose. Zemeckis wanted the truck to feel timeless, not tied to a specific brand. Removing badges created a more universal appeal. Test audiences didn't even notice. They identified it as Marty's truck, not a Toyota. The strategy worked too well. Toyota received no brand recognition boost from the films. Executives later admitted they should have insisted on keeping some badges. The 2015 tribute Tacoma prominently displayed Toyota emblems. They weren't making that mistake twice, but fans complained it looked too corporate compared to the clean original. Number 8. The Smittybilt Mystery. The bumpers supposedly came from Smittybilt's 1985 catalog. But here's the problem: Smittybilt has no record of those exact bumpers. Their archives, digitized in 2010, show every product from that era. Nothing matches the film truck's units. This launched a decades-long investigation. Fans measured screen captures comparing dimensions to catalog specs. The closest match was Smittybilt's Kocher JP2 Indiana K rear bumper. But the mounting points were wrong. The front bumper remained a complete mystery. Some theorists believe the prop department modified stock bumpers. Others think they were custom fabricated and falsely attributed to Smittybilt. The company embraced the connection anyway. They released Back to the Future Edition bumpers in 2015. The marketing claimed screen accuracy, but hardcore fans immediately spotted differences. Smittybilt's CEO admitted they basically guessed at dimensions. Without original blueprints, perfect reproduction was impossible. Number 7. The window tint timeline. The truck's window tint changes dramatically between films. Part 1 shows nearly clear glass. By Part 2, the windows are heavily tinted. Part 3 returns to clear glass. This wasn't a continuity error. Each film had different needs. Part 1 shot mostly in daylight. Clear windows helped light actors' faces naturally. Part 2's night scenes required tinted windows to hide lighting equipment. The tint also masked stunt driver substitutions. Part 3 returned to daylight shooting, demanding clear glass again. But California law complicated everything. The tinted levels used in Part 2 were technically illegal. Highway Patrol could have ticketed the picture cars. Production carried special permits explaining the modifications. One officer ignored the paperwork and wrote a citation anyway. Universal's transportation captain had to appear in traffic court. The judge dismissed the ticket but warned about future violations. Quick, before the final revelation, hit subscribe for more movie car secrets and comment below which fact surprised you most about this iconic Toyota truck. Number 1. The surviving truck's hidden journey. Here's the craziest part of this whole story. The main stunt truck from parts 2 and the 3 didn't disappear into a studio warehouse or get crushed for liability reasons. It spent 25 years hiding in plain sight. After filming wrapped, a Universal transportation worker bought it for $800. Just another used truck from the motor pool. He daily drove it around Southern California, hauling lumber and surfboards. No special treatment, no climate-controlled storage. His neighbors had no idea they were parking next to screen history. The truck accumulated another 150,000 miles post-filming. The owner added a camper shell, installed different wheels, even repainted it white at one point. But he kept every original part in his garage. In 2011, his son posted photos online asking if anyone recognized Dad's old Toyota. The internet exploded. Collectors offered six-figure sums. The owner refused every offer. He just wanted his truck back to screen-accurate condition. The restoration took 4 years. Every modification was reversed using period-correct parts. The white paint came off, revealing original code 202 black underneath. Those KC lights, still in a box with studio inventory tags attached. The restoration revealed incredible details. Stunt driver's notes were still in the glove box. Camera mount points showed exactly where equipment attached. Even Michael J. Fox's seat adjustment marks remained visible. The truck now appears at charity events, raising money for Parkinson's research. The owner refuses to sell, turning down a $250,000 offer from a Japanese collector. He says the truck belongs to the fans, not locked in some private collection. Universal authenticated it as the last surviving screen-used SR5. The other trucks were destroyed or dismantled for parts. This one survived because nobody thought it was special. Just another black Toyota in Southern California traffic. Sometimes the best way to preserve history is to hide it in plain sight. That beat-up truck in someone's driveway might be more special than anyone realizes. Marty McFly would definitely approve.